I think that my father, my uncle, and my grandfather each contributed to who I became. And I've thought about it many times because my uncle was my idol, my role model. He was elegant, he was successful, he was brilliant, but he himself was not who I am. He didn't have the fight in him or to fight to the top or to confront people. He was a wonderful guy. He was everything I wanted to be and things I could never be. My father was a bull. He was unstoppable. He would work and work and work. Sometimes the work wasn't in the smartest way. Sometimes he didn't always achieve what he wanted through his hard work, but there was never a limit to the amount of work that he could do, physically work. So my grandfather, on the other hand, was very soft. He was an intellectual, loved classical music, loved history, and loved the Jewish history particularly. But he knew everything about all history. He was also a philosopher, and he would tell me, look, your father is a wonderful man. You could be just like him and no problem at all. He's a wonderful, honest, respectable man. But your uncle has a respect of many, many people because of how he behaves and what he does and what he's accomplished. And you have to decide how you want to create your life in order to do that. And so I put this together. I went to college. I remember going to college. I wanted to be a doctor. And I didn't know how to study. I didn't know anything except I knew my father would attack the book until he ate it and spit it out because there was no amount of work that he couldn't do. My role model was to be like my uncle. My only way of getting there was to be like my father. And when I called my father up in the pit of my being down, tough courses, physics, organic chemistry, whatever, and tell him, Dad, this is so hard. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get the grades I need. His answer was, before Nike existed, just do it. No discussion. Now listen to me, he said. Just do it. My grandfather says you do the best you can and don't worry about it. Well, it worked out, but each one of them contributed to me.
From the day that little Jeffy was born, the bond between him and my father was deep and unbreakable. Whether helping him through his colorful teenage years or mentoring him through medical school and his early career, Dad was always there for Jeff. I remember many evenings when there would be a rap on our kitchen window and Jeff would stop by to talk shop with Dad over dinner, and Dad loved every minute of it. He was so proud of Jeff and the way he turned his life around. No longer was Jeff the quasi-juvie who was getting into trouble with the police, riding motorcycles or driving cars without a license. Jeff was now a medical rock star. Jeff wanted to be just like his Uncle Benny, and though his foray into playing the violin didn't quite pan out, his medical career soared and even surpassed my dad's. Jeff was like a son to him, and when Jeff published his first book, he dedicated it to Dr. Bennett Levine, my father. Jeff, the love that you and Dad shared was a deep and a beautiful thing. He was so damn proud of you. So proud to be your uncle as you soared to medical stardom. You were like a second son to him, and he would do anything for you, just as you would do anything for him. And you have repaid him tenfold, not just by your brilliant career and not by the integrity and generosity with which you've lived your beautiful life, but by also helping all of our kids, his grandchildren, get into medical school or whatever else they needed. I know you did that for him. You gave his eulogy, and you never forgot or minimized the impact that Dad had on your life. And as for me, Jeff, I see the essence of Dad's goodness and his integrity living on in and through you, which is one of the reasons why I love you so much. I'm so happy to be able to be here to channel how proud Dad would be of you today.